it's just nice to have you in my company, bro. That's all it is. Nice to be around you, bro. Nice.
Same way.
Yeah. My brother loves me.
Come on.
I love him too. As you should.
As you must.
As you should.
The only way forward, man.
Brother, it's been a nice week. It's been alright. Things is going okay indoors. You?
Yeah, man. Yeah. Smooth. Boy, I don't want to say smooth, but it's man. Everything's turning and the cogs is going.
That's right. As I say, I could complain.
Yeah, but
what's the point?
What's the point?
There's too much going on in the world. I'm not even. Well, actually, there's too much going on in my world for me to be too concerned about the outside.
For real.
I know I have to be, but that's just how it is. Anyway. So, my bro, today.
What you got? Listen, I love this, What you got for me this week?
Right. What have I got for you this week, brother?
Yeah.
Right. I know your answer to the question.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to ask you the question. I'm going to ask you a question. How important is it, do you reckon, that you get your child into some form of extra activities? You should have seen man lean back in his chair.
You get me? Right there.
Yep.
I think it's always important on so much levels. You get me? It's important, in a sense of socially, so your child can develop socially, and not just like in school. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because that's one kind of setting.
That's the next thing. You know what I mean? So if you have them, it makes them more broad. It broadens their horizons.
Yeah.
Meet more people. And to be honest with you, it fills their time. It fills their time.
Yes, it does.
And it gives them something else to look at. You get me? Because a lot of people, like what they do in life, you get people like teachers, or you get like normal jobs and that, and then you get the people who had hobbies from young who might have pursued it, who are more artsy.
Oh yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Maybe that's come through extracurricular activities, and that I think it's so important. I think a child, should soak in as much of the world as safely as possible. But they should soak up as much of the world as they can before they get to a stage where they actually have to deal with it.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Like before they got to deal with it on their own, the little dribs and jabs you can kind of help them out with by putting them in different places and different situations.
There you go.
It
The more,
definitely
you know what I
does
mean? Because it's just wiring their brain. Like our brains are always wiring. You already know that. So we're born in it. But like those fundamental ages, you get me? Where how you perceive life and how you perceive things, that can definitely come from like being in different situations, like you just said, and different environments with different people. And also, like I said, you don't know where that love of that extracurricular activity or whatever, the extra activity, you don't know how that could blossom into something bigger.
Yeah, man. Yeah, because most people just introduce their children to the same kind of things. What things? Well, let's take us for instance, football and gymnastics.
Yeah, but they had the big darts as well.
Well, yeah.
Gymnastics.
Yeah, gymnastics, dance, football,
boxing, because he was doing boxing for a while.
Yeah.
Was doing boxing for a while.
But all of them's done modeling.
Do you know? Yeah, they have. But do you know what as well though? And this is another thing you like, extracurricular activity doesn't like. So basically, long story short, do you remember when Naz used to edit all those videos and stuff? Saying his name? But when he used to edit all those videos, like that's an extracurricular activity.
Yeah,
like, learning editing. The boys, even playing game. It's mad. Like in this day and age, like we said in the last one about technology, how important. Like that is now an extracurricular activity. Going to your room, sitting down, plugging online, playing for 4 hours. It's actually because of the way that the world is on your PC or whatever the case. Learning coding and that. So
I was just gonna say that learning coding, learning how to edit videos, like you said, playing games, because you playing game, you're not just playing a game. Most people are streaming their games.
Yeah,
now.
right now.
So they're all learning how to be entertainers. Which I find that it's a skill that, as you already said, socially, bro, that comes in handy so well, because you can you know how you know how to conduct yourself. You know what you're like as a person, and it's just getting that across to other people and having them see that. Yeah, man, that definitely does help. Definitely does help, because especially with the online communities that they build up now, you're talking to hundreds of people a day. The only difference is when you're actually talking to somebody, you might find it a little harder because you're actually around someone, especially them children. Like I've seen it. Like being around other people is like, oh my gosh, should I actually be saying this? Should I actually be saying it? Yeah, man, of course you're supposed to. Of course, that's how you learn how to conduct yourself around people in general.
But also, I see it on this.
It's the big one going down the road now.
But also, put acid on that question. I think it's very important for a child to get involved, but it's very important for the parent to be involved with the child in what they're doing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So dads, if you've got youths and you're taking them to football, or you're taking them, got daughters and they go dance or whatever, like try and sit and stay if it allows.
Yeah, if you're able to.
If you're able to, try and, you know what I'm saying, try and sit and stay, because these things here, like, they got the confidence of you being there anyway.
Yeah, that support's needed for them.
You know what I mean? Like, that's such an important thing. Like, so as much as we can send our youth here and send them there, like, I'll be real with you, and I've always said it, one thing I've said about raising mine, says to my girl, says to so much people, that how you lot have raised the boys, has always stuck with me. They have to be doing something from the off, from dance to gymnastics to ray-tay-tay. Like, they have to be doing something and go into you know me, I was the crazy uncle at the shows. I was the crazy uncle wherever, like loud everywhere. You know what I'm saying? So like, I think me even, growing up in that environment, like kind of not like just soaking that in. I think that definitely molded me to the point where I was like, my youths have to be, when I get into that position, my youths have to be doing something. Because I can see the joy, you know what I'm saying? I mean, I've been around for days. I've seen the boys do everything to an extent. You know what I mean? And I think that that is something that has kind of stuck to man. And because also, I'm proud of my nephews. I like how they are as youths, you know what I'm saying? I like how they are as young men. And I know that is because of, even when I was doing acting, the modeling, like, that's because they were constantly, or you've always had them doing something like that's on another level. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, bro. And can't be lazy. And sorry to cut you. And the wicked. This is my thing. This is the most important thing. It wasn't like it was just my nephews. You and sis put in hella graft, going here, there, traveling here, there, this, that, and the other. This is why I say it's so important for us as parents here. This is what I've learned from my brother, you lot. This is what I've learned from my brother and his partner, you lot, like straight first hand. It is so important to be there on the journeys, on your youth's journey. Like, follow them to as far as you can go in it. Like, do you know what I'm saying? As far as you're able to go. Like, that's it. Because that just that just brings a different dynamic out of them when you're there still.
Yeah, definitely. Of course it does. Because they see you there. It's almost like they're performing just for you. Yeah. Because they care, obviously, that they've got their people there and people watching them, and they've got to do whatever they're doing. Doesn't matter what they're doing, whatever task they're performing. In their heads, it's kind of like they're only doing it just so you can watch them. Yeah. Because, bro, you've seen them. Like, my boys will be up on stage dancing and they're just looking for me, mum and uncle. That's it.
Yeah, straight.
Which is weird, because you kind of think, oh yeah, I'm dancing in front of all these people. I want all of them to see me. I'm just going to look at everyone. No.
Yeah, man. loud in the venue.
There's very few children that actually look for other people in the crowd. I'm sure you see it with Naslat when he's playing, when he's kicking ball. He's looking for you.
There's obviously, like, he's a bit bigger now, isn't it? Yeah. So, but obviously it's still there, isn't it? Because there's been times where I might arrive late to a game or so. But he knows my mentality with the ball thing. Yeah. That how I look at the game.
Because you used to
you
kick
know what I'm
ball.
saying? How I look at the game and how I look at possession of the ball, main. And I was taking him in like over like with this football team when he was like 5. It's mad. When I look back at it, you get me. And one thing I definitely saw is that if I did arrive maybe late to a game, or if I had to do something and or it was training season, he turned on the burners when I was on the side of the pitch, bro. That ball was his. Like, he put in extra graft. You know what I mean? Like, I definitely see the impact when a parent is there and their child's doing something that they have a passion about and you're passionate about with them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Definitely. When they can see that you're happy about what you're happy with what they're doing and how they're performing, it's like they do exponentially better.
And differently. It brings you a lot closer, fam.
Yeah.
Because you, like, differently, like, especially with men, yeah, like, fathers, like, we're very much, I don't really want to hear, we can't really talk, we don't feel like we could talk to someone who's younger than us like that with men, you get me? We're very much, are you on my level or not? And with our sons and that, or even children in general, we may, you know what I'm saying?
Sometimes it could be a bit difficult.
When there's that little bridge there, it can make so much traffic flow through that bridge. Like, just the conversation starting of like, boom,
that's exactly
how
what
was
I was
football,
say.
or how was gymnastics, or how was what's the big one doing? He's doing parkour, he's doing fight choreography. How's it that? And then that just opens the floodgates, and the conversation can branch off. Like,
there's always something to talk about, always, because they're always doing something. And if they're always doing something, you've always got a question to ask them. And more time than not, because they know that you're interested as their parent, they're willing to be like, do you know what? It was blah, blah, blah. And come like verbal diarrhea certain time. They can't stop. The tap's open now. You can't turn it off. I'm ready to keep going. How much do you really want to know about what I'm doing? Which I find funny. And as you said, it builds so much of a connection between you and your child. You find that you sit down talking to them about it for ages. You don't notice how much time's gone past, and you're like, oh, Rod, you know what? You got to go to bed now. Stop talking. And that's when it's like, oh yeah, do you know what? This is what it's supposed to be. Like, it's weird. It's weird, and I've done it. What should I say? I've done it. It's happened to me. Like, the boys I'm coming in from work. I want to go to the toilet.
And convo.
Brother, I've told you already. They've been outside the door talking away. I'm gone in the house to pee. They stand up outside the toilet door, still talking to me.
Yeah, all of that.
just because. Oh, Dad, I want to tell you what I've been doing. And I tell you what, I used to feel like, oh my God, do these boys not just be quiet? Just leave me alone. Just leave me alone. Let me come in. And now I see how well it does for them, just being able to sit down or even stand up and just say, oh, Dad, you know what? Blah blah blah. Yeah, this happened, that happened. Da, 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 da. It's for them. It's a release. For us as parents, you're gaining as much information about your child through them just telling you something, and all you've got to do is just listen. That's it. It's not a hard task just listening, and especially when it comes to your child, you should be willing to sit down and listen to them. At least willing to try and listen to them. For more time than not, you put them in something because you have a general interest in it about yourself. Like, that's the wickedest thing. Like, obviously, like, when my two was dancing, there was whole heap of dance movies about them times there. So it was just like, oh, this is cool. And when I see the boys doing the same tricks on the stage that they're watching in films, I'm like, Rod, what? My son can actually do that. Really?
Yeah.
And now when I see them doing their, as I say it, jumping up and down for a living. When I see them doing their tricks, I'm like, oh, okay. But I've watched Avengers movies, and I'm like, my son can do that.
Easy.
My youth can do that. Both of them can do
Easy.
that. Yeah, I've seen that done like firsthand. Like that's not that hard.
I definitely think it's imperative, man, because you just set them up to just think so differently. In my head, yeah, like I'd be real with you. You can set them up to be wealthy, like, because you know the thing about extracurricular, it doesn't even have to be sports. Like even chess is a sport and that, but it don't even have to be like sports. It could even be like take it if you're a builder and that, like you've got trade, yeah.
Oh yeah.
And you like not even on a punishment thing, but your youth's just got a flair for the trade. Or might say, "Oh, Dad, what's that like?" Boom, yeah, come true, then, isn't it? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like that. Even there's extra, like it's not got nothing to do with school, but it's still learning something. Like that. Those things there, that you're setting them up to.
It opens doors.
Yeah, you're setting them up to an understanding or something. So when they do get to that 16, 17, yeah, even if it is football and they never bust and they understand the game, they could do coaching, they can go into manager and they can go into so much different things. Even if it is like, I don't know, dance or acting, you didn't bust, you could go into teaching, you could go into writing plays or writing programs or producing. Or there's so much things that you can do in I believe the extracurricular world. It, like even down to the trades, like I just mentioned, where you can just end up owning a firm one day.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
One thing I will add to that is, do you know the wickedest thing is when you're doing something like that, yeah, the doors are always open, no matter what time you walk through them. Because like my missus, love playing football as a youth,
I look now.
And now she's coaching girls football at school. Like it's weird. Exactly, it's weird how the door's been open. It's there. Like you done played football, so there's certain attributes about the game that you have that other people don't have, having not played the game.
And that skill's gonna follow you out.
Exactly. It's always there. You're always gonna have that skill. You're always gonna have that knowledge. So whether you use it now, or should I say in the children's case, whether they use it now and carry on using it throughout their life, or put it on pause and come back to it in a few years, it's always there. That knowledge is always there. Like with the boys, like, bro, I didn't even know until Jay started doing it. Like just through gymnastics, he can coach. He can teach without coaching, so he can actually just sit down in the class and tell the children what to do. Yeah, and he can do judging as well. Yeah. So I'm like, bro, hold on. So you get paid to sit down and watch people jump up and down. Yeah. First of all, you was jumping up and down, and then you getting paid to watch other people do. Yeah. I'm like, bro. So as you said, there's so many different avenues that you can open just by doing an extracurricular activity.
That's what's up.
And putting that alongside them just growing as people and having the knowledge from as young as possible. As I said, the door's always open. Whether they utilize that door while they're in school and they carry it on, or they stop while they're in school and they focus on their books and do it like just after school and they still carry on, or whether they don't do it for a good few years, like my missus, and then you get a job doing something and it just so happens that you're able to utilize the skill you have later on in life. But getting them to do something initially is, it definitely, brother, you know already, like we know, it's a thing that it builds confidence in your child, as we done said. Yeah, man. It builds a connection with you and your child, as we done said. It sounds like a win-win situation to me, like, and for those parents out there that just like to have your children away for a couple hours. Yeah,
we know about you guys.
yeah, we know you guys are. But even so, your child's getting a benefit out of that. You getting a benefit out of that slightly as well, because you're not having to be around your child when someone else is looking.
But I be real, I see all of that. Yeah, I got this is where Nate's got to step in.
All right, okay.
You get me, fam. Not even on you, bro. I know what you're on, but you see you man out there, yeah. If you're not on if you're not participating with you, fair enough. If you got to work, and you ain't got no time, then work on. You get me? Provide for your family. You get me?
Understand the circumstances.
But listen, if you're going karate or whatever and doing this, and you're going home to Banazoo and play FIFA, yeah, fam, that's not it. That's not it. You get me? Man's not judging you, but I'm telling you, that's not it, fam. I be real with you. yeah, fam. I'm not. You get me? Like, it's all love and it's coming from a loving place.
Yeah.
But fam, allow it. You get me? Yeah. How about you go, you watch you participate, come back, and then boom. You see, this is what I've learned as well, yeah.
Go on.
You see, when you actually go out and you do these things with your youth, yeah, like when you get home, yeah, fam, because you're gonna be there, you're talking on the way there, getting gassed or whatever it is.
Yeah.
The moment happens, yeah, and then on the way home, whether it's a win, loss, or a draw, you talk about it. You get me? You talk about it. You talk about the events of the day. They feel calm. You get me? By the time you get back in your house, yeah, that you is doing their thing.
Yep.
In their room. Yep. They're not bothering you. They're doing their thing, like, raw, yeah. Because they've got whatever they've had to get off their chest, whether it's joy, whether it's misery, whether it's neutral feelings, you get me? But yeah, louder stay at home FIFA thing, and that's not it. So I'll be real with the guys, fam. Like, I love you all, but
always better.
Yeah, because you don't know, what that little, even you just being there, will do for that youth. Like, that youth might play the best whatever, or might just do the best piece of art or whatever, just because they know. Obviously, if your youth's a bit mad under pressure, like, and they might fold if you're there, like, it's a bit mad. But
sometimes
like, you know what I'm saying? Let's be real. But 8 times out of 10, if you're there and you don't put pressure on you, and they know that you're just in their corner and that, they will just probably pull out the best piece of work or best piece of performance.
Yep.
You get me? On the day. You get me? Because you know what? And you know what? Yeah, it's all good for mommy to be there and that, but you know what? Yeah.
Daddy could be there as well.
Yeah, like, raw. Win, loss, or draw, raw. Dad was there. You get me?
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? He was there. Gave me some manly words of wisdom. And you know what it is, especially for the boys, you know, because Mumsy will comfort them more time. Yeah, Mumsy will comfort them more time. You get me?
Dad's gonna give
Dad
you
will
the
give
logic.
you the rule. You get me? Yeah, it will comfort you. Like, I can only go off myself and and how I mean, but man will comfort you, but man will give you the real.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And
Don't worry.
That's what the young men need still.
They do, brother.
They need the real.
Definitely do, because myself, for example, when the boys started dance, I used to be a shy person, bro. You remember, I was very quiet. So
but you never always was. I'm letting you not know, my bro. Anyway, that's another episode.
Yeah. When they first started going to their shows and stuff, I didn't want to make too much noise because I didn't want anyone to feel like, oh yeah, their dad's making up only for noise. Obviously, after a little while, that went out the window, and I started making only for noise as well.
With a loud whistle.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Anyway, just being there. Just being there, not even making up any noise, not carrying on with no crowd or nothing, just being there. As we said it a couple times already, like, your presence alone for those children is enough for them to feel like, right, I can actually do this.
To boost the pack.
I'm actually, bro, senzu beans and them things there, straight up. They get straight. It's like, yep, I'm on my game now. And knowing what that's like now, knowing how important just being there is, especially as you said, dad just being there. Okay, mum, we all know mums, we all know that you're at most of your children's things, but there's some dads out there that are still doing the thing as well. Okay, luck to my brothers. But I'm telling you, when you've got both parents there, them children feel like they're on top of the world, bro.
It's a different power still.
Whether you're together or not, just the two of you being there, my brother's right. It's a different level, and them knowing that, it pushes them forward. It definitely does spur them on. It gives them a different level of energy, different reserves.
Yeah. Like, I remember being a youth, obviously my mum works, you get me?
Yeah.
They like mums in there.
Always.
But do you know what it is, yeah? I remember being a youth, man. Playing football, man. Yeah. Playing the game, might have a good game, whatever. But seeing youths with their mums and dads, maybe dads and that, you get me?
Yeah.
And it was like, yo, what?
Yeah.
You get me? It deflates you.
It
Will deflate your youth, you get me? Like, and I'm a man like this, yeah. Nah, I'm good, bro. I'm a man like this, yeah. As much as man's big and old or whatever, you can't forget what it feels like to be a youth. Because you know what, yeah, I'll be real with you, yeah. Whether it's 20, 22 or 25, 50, yeah. A youth, unless they like put mad numbing, like scent, like equilibrium happens and they put mad numbing stuff, which they probably will, and numb man's senses. But unless that happens, a youth will always feel the same in the world, because you get me, from like there's always this just goes up by levels in it, but you're always gonna have the same emotion. You get me? Yeah. So as dads, man has to sometimes think like, raw. Yeah, I remember when I was like 14 or 15. I remember when I was 16, you know, because you know what I'm saying.
That is the best thing. Putting yourself, putting yourself in their position, kinda.
Man can't be too grown to do that. You get me? Yeah. So if you was ever a man, yeah, like you lot out there, if you lot was ever a man and you felt like as a youth, like raw, like I wish like man had a little more support like with this little thing that I was doing back then, because it could have gone differently. Like then just if you ever feel like that, then you pattern up and you sort out with the children. You get me? And you make sure that they do not have to feel that way. You know what I'm saying? At least they can say, Raj, you know what? As Pops was at the old man's, but you get me? He was at the thing when he could. He was there. You get me?
Not wrong.
Like not none of this raw, like I was just by myself out there and all that's long. Like, you get me? Like, man wanna lead that precedence and set that example. That's what I believe.
Yeah, man. Yeah, bro, I definitely trust in them words as well, bro. Because you set an example. It's always good when you got a blueprint to follow. Always good.
Might not always, you might not even follow that. You might just be a scumbag you. Like, let's just be real.
Yeah.
Like, you might just end up having, you get me, you'll be a scumbag you and not give a damn about his children, you get me? But at least, you know.
Yeah, but there's precedence there. I understand
you get me,
what you're saying.
At least he knows what it is to be a good dad, or a dad that tries, you feel me?
Do you know what, my brother? That right there is going to be my new saying and the slogan for future fathers. Be the dad you would want to call.
You get me?
Yeah, be the dad you would want to call. You have to be in that position to say, Rod, you know what? Yeah.
But at least strive to be.
Exactly. Right, there you go. So if dads, if you're listening, as you are, definitely, tell your brothers as well. Whether your youths, whether their youths has got issues going on or whatnot, and they're not there, or whether they got issues and they can't be there, just be the dad you would want to call, bro. Just, you know, that one that you would want to like, oh yeah, I got an issue, let me call my dad. You have to kind of be that guy, and we all of us, every dad out there, that is striving to be a good role model and a decent father. We all would like to be that dad. We all want to reach a certain age, and you know, when your youth's got an issue, you're like, I'm gonna call my dad.
Yeah, but call back for some wisdom.
Yeah.
Don't get it twisted, but I don't always call back questions first. But I know,
of course.
But you know them. There's people out there, fam. It's like, definitely gonna call that. I'll call the man then.
Yeah.
But wrong.
I've got to have that conversation with the man. Yeah.
And that is a very difficult relationship to build. I believe you get me, to be a dad and be a confidant, but like there's stages to being a dad as I'm learning, you get me. like through their life.
Yes.
Like they require different things at different times, innit? Like they require us to be different people at different times because they are different people through different stages of their life. Man can't treat them like man they were when they're 16 or 21 like the window was 5.
No, not at all.
That's war. That's war. You know what I mean? But yeah, to be there with the extracurricular.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. Because if you're there providing that, hopefully later on, they will want to be like, oh yeah, Dad, you know what, I need some help, so and blah blah blah. But you have to set the foundation first. Without the foundation, nothing can't stand up properly.
Is it?
Yeah. So you just showing a little support, a little help, guidance, advice, everything you can possibly give to your child within extracurricular activities. It will always come back to you, as my brother said, always. Always. It may not come back to you as you expect it to.
Fam, Matt, do you know the best way how it can come back to you? This is my personal opinion, yeah,
Go
fam.
on.
If your youth buses off of it and they're gone and they can look after themselves and they're pitney, you get me?
Yeah.
That is the biggest, in my personal opinion, yeah. Like, forget me getting whatever back, like obviously you get me, like, you know.
Yeah, no, I understand
would be
exactly
nice.
what you're saying,
But,
bro.
Like, I swear, if like the day I can say that all 3 of my children, yeah, fam, are okay, like, fam, yes. You get me? Yes. Then whatever's whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That for me is the ultimate, like.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and
man.
that right there is where I'm kind of at the moment with Jay. Like,
Yeah.
well, kind of moving towards that. Like, I wouldn't say he's boss it, but actually I can kind of say that because he's now teaching.
Not boss millionaire,
No,
but
no,
bro,
no,
you
no,
can buy
yeah,
your
yeah.
house.
That's what I'm
you
saying.
Got a
Yeah,
car, you can pay your bills.
Exactly.
Or car or bike or whatever. You can pay your bills, you can go on holidays. You're not living like a madman on the road. Like, you can do things, innit?
Yep.
Yeah, if you borrow money, you can pay it back.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yep,
Like,
simple things,
little
life
things,
stuff.
fam.
Yeah,
come
bro.
on.
Yeah, definitely. So he's teaching youth tricking at Southern Gymnastics. Camina Hono on Instagram.
Plug.
Always. And because it's my youth as well.
Yeah.
Go and do the lessons, pay the money, and go. No, I'm joking.
Full price. No,
Yeah.
we're not joking.
No, we're not joking.
We-
We're not. I'm
we're
really not joking. I'm really not joking.
The podcast is
Not-
free. We're hitting you gems and that. But if you want the fun way or
That's
whatever
right,
nephew's
man.
doing,
That's
all
right.
of that stuff. Yeah,
I'll even put a little video in of him doing the thing, so you
Yeah,
can
man.
actually see how good he is.
Let's
You
really
is
do it.
dirty, bro. Do you know? do you
Listen, I'm
remember?
gonna bust my. I'm
Alright,
gonna
go on.
toot my nephews.
Alright,
man.
go on. Okay.
Anyone who used to watch CSI,
Okay.
the big boy CSI channel 4, like channel 5 or whatever you watch on
Yep.
Sky, Chief Grissom and that. What's
Yep.
the light skinned youth's name? Warwick. Yeah.
Warrior.
Hit up my nephew's page on some.
Yep.
Yeah, this guy's crazy. We need to get him out here. I want to work with him. You
Yep.
get me? Yeah, this
Yeah.
is what we're saying. Like, these are the nuggets that the universe will give, man, just through extracurriculars.
That's
You
right.
get me? It ain't cheap. A lot of money, but you invest in your children, fam.
That's right.
You
That's
get me?
right.
You invest in your children.
Yeah, I couldn't have put it better myself. Yeah, bro. Extracurricular and investing in your children, because that's what we're all doing anyway.
Yeah,
We're all doing that anyway. What do you think you're buying school uniform for?
you know what I mean?
To invest in your child. What do you think you're buying books for and feeding them for? You're investing in your child, so when they grow as decent people, which is what you're hoping. Yeah, that's what most of us are hoping.
well,
Our children grow up into decent people, and they're
But they can
what's
look
the
after
correct-
themselves
Well,
and they know wrong from right. You get me?
There
Yeah.
you go. So it's nothing that nobody else don't want. We all want the same thing. Every one of us, my brothers, we all want our children to be stable in their lives, yeah, and good citizens. I suppose that is the best way I can say that. 'Cause I want my children to be decent citizens. You can get away with certain stuff being a decent citizen, I'm not saying that you should get away with stuff being a decent citizen. I'm just saying, you know, there are loopholes in the system that you can utilize to your abilities.
No, listen, yeah, I agree. I hear what you're saying, innit? Like, everyone wants different things for their youths, innit? I just, like, my main thing, like, I definitely, like, on your standpoint, there's nothing wrong with what you're saying, like, at all, you get me? On my point, I just want my youths to be able to look after themselves.
Oh, yeah, of course,
I know right from wrong.
Yeah.
Because, you see...
That's what I'm saying.
Like, you see this thing here, sometimes what is right, what is seemed to be right, or what's written down on paper to be right, it is not right. You get me? Look after yourself in this here world.
Yeah, bro. Do you know what my grandmother used to say to me, bro? Not everything that is good to you is good for you.
Yeah, so just look after yourself in this world.
That's right.
Yeah, because
and your children, make sure that is the number one
that's
thing.
The rule. That's what you have to tell your youths. Makes it and show your youths how to look after themselves in this world, because it's not like that.
Yeah, man.
And it's not even just badness or road I'm talking about politics. I'm talking about talking about bare things. Look how the world is shaping now. I know we're trying to aim at future fathers, but that doesn't mean a defined age.
No, it doesn't. It
but
doesn't.
I'm saying,
all
like,
fathers, all ages.
Look at how the world has changed. You get me? Like, pay attention to things. Like, pay attention to the cost of chocolates and sweeties, or when you do your weekly shop, pay attention to when you got to pay your bills.
Milk.
You get me? Pay attention to the things that are legal now that weren't legal like 10 years ago or 15 years ago. Pay attention to all these things and you will see. You get me? So the world is forever changing. Our world now
is not the same world it
it's
was
not
20 years
and
bro.
It's not gonna be the same world
20 years from now.
You get me?
Yep.
It's gonna be like, I don't know how it's gonna be, but as long as they can maneuver, because we've kind of grown up old school. We grew up in separate houses, but we grew up similarly.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, last of an era, bro.
Yeah, man's girl grew up old school. You get me? Like, so. You know, there's gonna be dribs in there. I'm sure there's a few of you who grew up old school out here as well. Definitely. And there's gonna be a few dribs and drabs of your children and that who carry that same type of energy throughout. Do you understand? So, yeah, man, like, pattern up. Like.
That's it. Just make sure your children are in the right place and you're in the right place for them. I don't think there's much else we can say on that point there, my brother. We all said it. We all know. Extracurricular activities help building your children's horizons. Always, they can only do that. They open more doors. They give them more opportunities.
More doors. Sorry. Lord of the Rings. Sorry, I do that.
Big fan. Big fan. I'm definitely a big fan too.
What's better, Lord of the Rings or The Hobbit?
Oh, bro, if we're talking books, Lord of the Rings.
I'm talking movies.
Hobbit.
Nah, do you know what? We was watching.
Right. No. Right, personal opinion.
Yeah, go on.
Yeah, personal opinion. I think, Lord of the Rings is better than The Hobbit. I feel that. My missus doesn't, but, you know.
I sat down and watched the three. There's 4 of them. What's that? 3. There's 3. I watched 2 of them. I haven't watched 1. I've seen all of them before, but you know when you got to refresh the memory in that, like.
Oh, yeah.
You get me?
No.
I was watching it now because that's your world, isn't it? Like, I got to refresh the thing. I was watching it with one of the youths and that. With Zoom. Yeah, she's alright. She loves it.
That's the little one.
Yeah, it's a little one. But, yeah. The Hobbit's loud. Desolation of Smaug, cold.
Battle of the 5 Armies.
Yeah, that one's alright. Yeah, but that one's alright still. You get me? Battle of the 5 Armies is alright still. But after, like, I don't know, Lord of the Rings is kind of murky still. But Frodo gets on my nerves. He's annoying. I'm not gonna lie. Elijah Wood, sorry, bro. If I ever meet you in life, you get me. But fam, yeah. But anyway, sorry, man's letting you wrap it up. We just went into some movie buff thing.
It's alright, that's what we do, man. It's real life out here, isn't it? I mean? Let them know where it is. Anyway, my brothers, yes. Our children, as we all know, we all want them to be capable of looking after themselves, as my brother stated so eloquently. Yeah. We want our children to be able to look after themselves, in turn looking after their children, in turn their children looking after themselves. Yeah. Extracurricular activities is a way for them to be able to express themselves, learn about themselves, and not only that, they can learn about their surroundings. Our universes are only as big as we allow them to be. Yeah, mine includes my family and my brother. My children know exactly how important being outside of the house and learning how the house works. Only through extracurricular activities were they able to understand how the world works. My brothers, I'm telling you now, it is more important than you think that your children understand how other people operate more than you. My brothers, I'm D.
I'm Nee.
Thank you. Stay blessed.